Welcome back to The Wandering Screen. I'm Matt Koss, and I'm diving into all my thoughts around Zach Cregger's horror film Weapons. So let's jump right in. Weapons, starring Josh Brolin and Julia Garner, is already a box office hit, pulling nearly $45 million on its opening weekend. Written and directed by Zach Cregger, yes, the guy behind Barbarian, it's another horror film that straddles that line between terrifying and hilarious in a way that Oz Perkins wishes he could. Set in Maybrook, Pennsylvania, the film follows several townsfolk after 17 children from the same class mysteriously disappear one night. All of them woke up at exactly 2:17 a.m., got out of bed, and sprinted into the night with their arms spread like wings. Julia Garner plays Justine, the kid's teacher who quickly becomes the town's scapegoat. Josh Brolin is Archer, a desperate father searching for his son, while Benedict Wong plays Principal Andrew Marcus, trying to hold the community together in the aftermath. If you think this is a Julia Garner versus spooky mystery surprise, it's actually an ensemble film. Alongside Garner, there's Alden Ehrenreich, Austin Abrams, and Amy Madigan, all delivering nuanced performances. The movie is sensational, easily one of the year's best. Cregger masterfully walks that razor-thin edge between jump-out-of-your-seat horror and grounded human comedy. Shout out to my partner for screaming during one of the scares twice. Cregger's script uses character-specific chapters to structure the story, adopting a Rashomon-like approach that plays with subjectivity. Normally, I hate chapters in movies, especially when there's no clear count and you start thinking, this could have ended 2 chapters ago, but here, each chapter pushes the mystery forward and deepens the tension. Justine's chapter gives way to Archer's, and then others unfold afterwards, each revealing new angles until the ending lands like a punch. The pace of the film really tightens because each chapter reveals a little further toward an exciting climactic ending, but the more I thought about the film, when the credits rolled, my inner armchair detective took over and the cracks started showing. Let's talk about them. Now, I mentioned the chapters working, but I didn't mention the narration, which bookends the film. If you've seen the trailer or you're looking at this poster to my right, you see the premise spelled out. The opening of Weapons plays out almost exactly the same as the trailer, where a child narrates at 2:17 in the morning, every child from Mrs. Grady's class, yada 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 yada. Problem is, we never meet this kid. Who are they? Why are they narrating? Are they even reliable? By the time it ended, I just wanted something fresh, not a repeat of the marketing materials. A significant investigative tool that provides substantial evidence to the children's disappearance are the Ring cameras. Archer points out that multiple Ring cameras captured the kids running, but this goldmine of evidence barely factors into the plot after Act 1. In reality, if half of the neighborhood had footage, investigators could have triangulated the kids' path immediately. And while we're on the investigation, was it intentionally incompetent, or was Cregger avoiding showing too much police work? No one heard the stampede of kids in the dead of night. There were no barking dogs interrupted in their sleep. And later, when Gladys sends the kids running again right before a house search, still no one notices. The direction of the kids' run literally leads to Archer's eventual discovery. It feels like someone could have found them much sooner. That said, the cinematography by Larkin Sepal is fantastic, with really inventive shots that crank up the unease. In one standout, James Austin Abrams wanders around a house blacked out with newspaper and tries to escape as Alex's parents close in. The shot feels GoPro close, trapping you in his panic, and vibrates as he tries relentlessly to open the door. It felt so immersive, and the creeping pans and breathless reveals reminded me of Smile 2 in the best way. Now, a lot of the film is Archer taking it upon himself to investigate the disappearance, and remember, there were 17 kids that went missing, so excuse me for being blunt, but where the were the other parents? Josh Brolin was the only genius that could look up Ring camera footage. No one else shared that information. What the hell were the other parents doing? The other parents showed up for a single town hall, then apparently move on with their lives. Where was the community? And while Archer does map the kids' route, he uses exactly 2 points of data to do it. No addresses for the kids, no full class lists. We had lists of addresses and phone numbers of each kid in class when I was in school. Either Archer's lazy or Cregger decided a circle more houses montage would kill the pacing. Honestly, I'd believe either. And now, the greatest sin of the film is the depiction of a gay couple played by Benedict Wong and Clayton Farris. You couldn't write a more stereotypical gay couple, especially calling one Terry like one half of the American Dad gay couple. They're written like sitcom caricatures, grocery store cereal debates, matching bloody Disney t-shirts, separate TV chairs. Then Terry invites Gladys in, of course, and both gays die in the film's most grotesque sequence. Marcus chokes Terry and then vomits black bile all over him while possessed. The only time this bile thing happens in the entire film. None of the other kids vomit this horrific bile. None of the other adults too later in the film. Just the gay couple having the most gruesome death. It's a textbook kill your gays moment, wrapped in exaggerated characterization that none of the straight couples get saddled with. Compare Archer's marital problems that are given weight and nuance in a very small scene, to Marcus and Terry get candy and hot dogs and a nature doc. Yay for representation, but boo for making it disposable and cheap. And look, I have my gripes, but Weapons still floored me. It's scary, it's funny, and by the third act, the stakes feel so high, you genuinely don't know who's going to make it out alive. Gladys in particular is a brilliant, unnerving creation, and Amy Madigan's performance deserves to be ranked alongside Toni Collette in Hereditary as one of modern horror's best performances. So yes, Mr. Cregger, I'll forgive the implausible investigation, the ghost town parent network, and even the mystery narrator, because you got me. I was glued to the screen. My heart was pounding. I aged several years, and I'm already thinking about when I can go see it again. You've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like, subscribe for all the latest reviews, and ring that bell to get notified when a new review drops. What did you think of Weapons? Did you have the same thoughts as I did? Let me know in the comment section below, and see you next time.